Greetings, everybody. It is your friendly neighborhood mailman, the Trojan pair. This is a little different this time. This is not your typical week on, because if you'll notice by the title in and of itself, it's called 7 Days of Dump Cakes, which will be taking 7 recipes from the Dump Cakes and More from Cathy Mitchell. This was something that Jevons did, which was not technically part of his week on series, but he did 7 of them, a week of dump cakes, but he didn't do it in a week on format. So, and I kind of see why, because for me even, I couldn't do this as a week on format in and of itself in the traditional format, because cakes are one serving and then they sit for a while if you don't eat them right away. And things like dump dinners, the one that he does do the week on with, I can probably work that one through as a week on. I can't work this one as a week on. I need to do these cakes, try to get rid of them one at a time, and then do the next one. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting a poll on YouTube. You should have already seen those, where I've gone through each of the first 7 sort of sections of this book. And I'm going to probably do more of these, but I just wanted to at least get the first 7 and pick kind of a finalist, a set of 4 that I think would be good options to do, and then have y'all vote on which one's the first, or the one that I'll do. Now, I put a poll up for the first set. As of today, this recording, it is tied between 2 different ones. So, because I want to go ahead and do this and not wait, I am going to basically make the tiebreaker people in the household, Gail specifically, since she's going to be having this with me, and she voted for the cherry vanilla dump cake. Now, the cherry vanilla dump cake, which is one that does sound very interesting to me, is also one of the simpler ones, because there's not a whole lot to it. Now, obviously you say, well, how can Gail be involved in this, given the fact that she has gluten intolerance? Well, basically all these recipes can be modified. Here is the recipe book for the cherry vanilla cake, as it changes colors for some reason. All these can be modified with just one key ingredient for the most part. This one, it's the vanilla cake mix. All I got to do is find the gluten-free vanilla cake mix. Boom! Gail can have it. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the cherry vanilla cake for this section. I was very tempted about the marshmallow one, but like I said, I didn't get a clear winner on it, and this one is an easy one to start with anyway, so figured why not. So let's do the cherry vanilla cake. And basically what it's asking for is it is asking for a package of vanilla cake mix. Well, this is Simple Mills almond flour baking mix for your vanilla cupcakes or cakes. And cakes is what it says, but and or whatever. And then there is the certified gluten-free on it, which means Gail can have that. To that, we will also need 3 eggs, half a cup of vegetable or canola oil. I have vegetable oil, so that's what I'll use. And then 1 can of cherry pie filling. That's it. That's all we need. So we'll follow the directions on here, which involves getting an oven ready, getting a also appropriately sized container, which this is about 13 by 9, so this is going to be what we use for that. So we'll get started and test this out. So we start by putting this on 350 to preheat. We will spray this down with some non-stick cooking spray, and then we will begin to combine said ingredients into this bowl. Okay, everything's out. I'm going to put my half a cup of vegetable oil in first because that's the easiest to contend with. Then we'll crack these 3 eggs, break them in here. Boom, there you go. And then I'm going to combine this into here. And then we're going to beat all this together. Alright, so I'll get started on that, and then we will see how it's going. Alright, and now we're going to take the cherry pie filling, which I have here, already opened with a can opener, and then we're going to put this and we're going to fold it in to the batter. I'm putting it this way, the shadow is not very good, but I'm going to just get all this out of here. Hopefully you can see it well enough given the limitations on the size. And then we just fold it in. Okay, so we've got everything all folded in, and we are going to add it to this and spread it in. Alright, so this is now done, and it's time to put it in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, and then we'll see how it turned out. Alright, so I checked it twice with this to pick in and see. First time it was very, very wet still. Second time, not so much. Let's check it this third time. It should be about done. It's starting to get brown, so see where I've punctured it before. Let's see. Yep, that looks pretty good. So we'll cut that off and let it cool. Alright, now's the time to test it out. Let's see how this is. There we go. Let's see. The color is very basic on it, but you can see where the cherries are. Alright. Let's see how this is. I think I got a little bit with both in there. Pretty good. You know, definitely got that cherry flavor in there. Not bad. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it's definitely really good. So, first one is a success. So, we'll try the second one next time.